Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Blast the Process 3, where we're raising SEG awareness and money for Save the Children. We have AlecK47 here. Hey, friend.
Hello. It's
And you,
AlecK47, by the way, but
Alec K. Oh, I apologize.
it's
I'm a little
it's
out of it.
hilarious how many people don't get that you're supposed to pronounce the K in my name.
I was looking at it and I'm like, it's capitalized. Should probably, actually capitalize that. And for those who do not know, we had an incentive for whether or not Alec K would play Knuckles or Sonic, and Knuckles won, clearly, because the boy is here. Uh, Without further ado, you can go ahead and take it away.
All right, three, two, one, go.
Good luck.
Thank you. So Knuckles in Sonic 2 is a feature that they added kind of as an extra thing that they were able to do with the Sonic and Knuckles cartridge because they had to basically split up the release of Sonic 3 into two release windows. And it doesn't change much from the original game. It changes the physics a little bit. You get the Sonic 3 and Knuckles physics, which is good. That means there's no speed cap in the air. If you're playing Sonic 2 alone and you jump while going too fast and press the direction you're going, you will get slowed down to a particular speed. That is, in one instance, a good thing, but really only one. And it does make a particular jump more difficult as Knuckles, but otherwise it's pretty standard. You have the slower jump, the glide, the lower jump, the glide, and that's basically it. Invincibility or no, that boss is not hard. So, thanks for the luck, everyone. Otherwise, beginning of the game is pretty similar. The one difference is that as Sonic, this level is super easy because the speed cap makes that jump much easier. And this jump that I'm going to do here, I'm going to have to slow down. Sonic can just activate the speed cap. Oop! And you can see I missed the slope jump there, and then I... If you start your glide that I'm trying to use to catch on there right at the wrong place, then you won't be able to climb up. So this would be a reset if I were doing PB attempts, but that is something that is not uncommon as Knuckles. There's also a little bit of inconsistency at the start of this stage, because there are a couple different ways as different characters that you can skip half the stage. Oh nice, I got the best result there. So this is going to be a good time. So you can get in there and get the zip like I just got. You can fall down to your death. I've had that happen enough times in a row that I actually game overed. And you can also jump too early to the boss. Okay, I must not have gone all the way... Oh. Get my speed there. Okay, so I must not have hit the camera lock as soon as I thought, because that's what should have happened. And the boss spawns based on the camera lock, so I must have been like 1 or 2 pixels off of it and not realized it. Happens every now and then. Anyway, so I've been using spin dashes, obviously. 6 taps is the minimum that you need to get the ideal velocity. So I'm doing a piano roll on my controller to get that. And and I did not have as much speed as I wanted there. Now, let's get that jump. Excellent. If I missed a path swapper off of that slope jump, Knuckles actually can basically get stuck there. I would have been able to show off something funny, though, which is that you can grab on to kind of the inside of the loop, climb up into it, and immediately get crushed. It's pretty silly. And then Sonic takes the bottom path, and Knuckles can do it just fine, but he can also actually get to the boss a little bit faster than Sonic by going this upper path. So, do a glide off this box. That looks like the good height, so I should be able to make it all the way to the boss here. If you're too low, actually that is what happens. You, come on, get over that. There. Alright, you would basically just glide all the way to the boss if you don't get stopped by that or hit a pillar. Because there's a pillar that otherwise gets in your way. And yes, I'm wearing this shirt for a reason. That strat, honestly, I get it about half the time, so it's a bit of a coin flip. Usually, though, I'm able to lose less time when I miss it. Now, you saw me up in the ceiling earlier. Instead, I'm not going to do that because while that is a way that you can beat this level, it is, although it's slightly faster than this way, not anywhere near as consistent. Whoop. I've started messing around with doing the top path as Knuckles, and I've been messing it up since it's a little bit different than with Sonic. Casino Night 2, I'm going to try for a level wrap here. Frame perfect glide cancel there, I was late. Only giving it one try. If I had got that frame perfect glide cancel, I would have clipped in between the speed shoes box and the wall, and from there, if my subpixels were right, I would have been able to get a level wrap. Instead, I'm gonna beat this level normally, because I don't want to waste too much time on that. And it doesn't save a ton of time anyway. Notice the really long period of invulnerability the boss gets after the first hit. That's why I went all the way around. You can also grab onto that wall, and when it disappears, you will still be holding onto it, but it won't be there, so that's kind of silly. Also, that's the only place they allow you to look up in between stages. Bit of a slope jump there. Ideally, I would have got a little more height, but that lets me glide over to here. And another slope jump there. A couple more. If you get good slope jumps, which I did not, you can get up that section really quickly. Now I'm going to abuse invincibility frames, and since I was in the wall there, technically, while I was riding that thing down through the lava, which only has a hitbox on the very top, I wanted to bounce off the ring box because that's swag. Anyway, the way the game ejects you from walls is it just shoots you very quickly the opposite direction you press. So I zipped through some stuff there and ended up about 10 seconds farther into the level. I didn't get... This is a bad start to this level, but oh well. Fortunately, Knuckles doesn't have to worry about the platform cycles that Sonic does, because there's this shield right here, and he can just climb and take the top entrance. And why didn't I slow down there? Anyway. Actually glided into the side, the invisible side of the spring there, and that's a nice little glide you can do as Knuckles. And when I jumped straight up in the air like that, that was a frame-perfect jump coming out of the spin dash. We call that a straight jump. On a 6-tap, if you release one frame after that, you get perfect speed. So that's a fun little thing that you have to deal with at times. I think the most straight jumps I've got in a row is something like 5 or 6. There's quite a few. Mystic Cave is a pretty fun level, I would say. Knuckles has a slightly different path than Sonic. He also can't make the jump from the spikes with the invincibility, so because he doesn't need the invincibility, you can go that top route, and Knuckles can do it pretty quickly. So instead, you can either do a super glide off that badnik, or you can do what I did there and just jump down below and do a spin dash up. That was an okay level. There's a little bit of sloppiness in 1 or 2 spots, but otherwise it wasn't bad. Finished strong. And whoop, I wanted to spin dash this way. And as usual, the top path is fastest, but Knuckles can't quite make this jump here, so instead, I'm going to use a damage boost to get up there. You don't see a lot of those in Sonic games, or at least not in 2D Sonic games. Okay, that was not supposed to be a glide. But in that case, it's quite useful. I didn't like my momentum set up there to get a spin dash going, which is normally what I would want to do, and then I just didn't jump quickly enough there, so I still got the 1 cycle easily. This is a pretty bad Mystic Cave 2. I would want it to be at least 10 seconds faster, ideally more. And yeah, you can only play as Knuckles if you put Sonic and Knuckles on below Sonic 2, locking Sonic 2 onto it like you would Sonic 3 to play Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Going under the oil there is obviously much faster than doing the stage normally. The collision doesn't go all the way down to the bottom. Yeah, that might be a little low. Yeah. Alright. So, obviously I was trying to get past that fan. Usually it's, I find a little bit easier as Knuckles, if anything. But that time I just jumped a little bit too low on one of the jumps, and so I didn't end up high enough up that wall. I'm going to jump there and not have enough distance to get the super bounce all the way up here. I would have been able to carry that right here, which is where I would have wanted to land. And now I have a physics glitch activated, which is going to allow me to go up here and use this to clip into the ceiling and get a level wrap. That's the easy part of the stage. The hard part is one cycling the boss, which I'm going to try to do here in just a sec. And that's not happening because I did not get off the edge of the stage. And if you are facing... basically, I can do it right here. Like, if you go like that, facing the other way, you activate a glitch that doesn't let you spin dash. You just are stuck to the side of the stage, basically. So, you might be wondering, what is a level wrap? Well, the game does not have signed integers for its X and Y coordinates, so if you go before the beginning of the stage, it can't handle a negative number. So instead you get a positive number that is very high, and you end up at the end of the stage. So that's what happened there. In addition, in Metropolis 1, this level wraps vertically. That is intentional in terms of the level design to make this level work. But that also can be abused. However, there's another thing that you can do here, which Knuckles can do faster. Instead of abusing that vertical wrapping, by doing a frame-perfect glide here. This is taking me a little longer than usual. You can clip through this mesh cylinder. Wow. There we go. That took a while. This game is 60 frames per second, by the way, so... Frame-perfect tricks, even if they have good visual cues, can be a bit inconsistent. Oh, come on. I was pressing up and right. I think I need to do a little maintenance on this controller, because it hasn't been handling that well. Nope, no perfect spin dash. I decided to go for it there. Anyway, I would consider a good time to be around 50 seconds. So, most of that time lost was from the cylinder clip not going well. So, if you think you might know what's going on here, yep, I'm at the end of the level there. Just like in Hilltop, I use invincibility frames to get into the lava, where the lava doesn't hurt you, only the top of the lava hurts you in this game. And then I jumped into a little area, got on top of some spikes, initiated a zip from a specific position, and got a level wrap. That one is also pretty consistent as long as you get to the right place. Now, there is a level wrap here in Metropolis 3 that Sonic and Tails can do really easily, but Knuckles can't do that one. He has an alternative, which is much harder. It's difficult enough that Worcester, the record holder for Knuckles, only went for it if he thought he needed it to get the time he wanted. So that should give you a little bit of perspective into how tricky it is. Instead, I did a piston clip there, and now I'm playing the stage mostly normally for a bit. That piston clip saves a decent amount of time, I'd say probably 15-20 seconds or something like that. Yeah, it's a little low. Yeah. I'll hit that just in case something goes wrong. That way I don't have to do the whole level over. Come on. There we go. If I got that glide just a little bit higher, I would have gotten over that crab. Anyway, so I just got that nut off the screen. Then inside it, since it was off screen, I was able to do a jump as it was being loaded again and use that to clip through the floor. That is possible because on levels where the stage wraps vertically, like this one, oh boy, my ring disappeared. Flashbacks to, yeah, okay. That was tricky. That happened to me in SGDQ 15, it would have been. But sometimes that happens. Normally, you want to have a ring going into this part and then not mess up this. But interactions with the orbs can get a little weird when it comes to rings. And in that case, it basically just clipped through the floor. And bye-bye ring. So anyway, now we have a couple minutes of Autoscrollers, so if anyone wants to say anything. This is Sky Chase. You remember it from SatX earlier? Well, here it is again. Yep, what else are you gonna do? Have a stretch, have a wait. Anyway, there are a few things you can do here. Hopefully that was in time. I have my TV really quiet here, so I couldn't really hear the music very well. The other thing you can do is just have Knuckles do a super glide right before you go into that section, and then he loses his height very slowly, so he usually ends up reappearing right around here. That entire section where you descend. Also, I'm going to charge a spin dash here because for whatever reason, Knuckles could get a 205, where Sonic has to do a very risky thing where if you miss it, you die in order to get a 205 in that. Otherwise, it's 2 minutes 6. And Sonic has to deal with a little bit of RNG here from these platforms. Knuckles only does if instead of gliding for whatever reason he somehow lands on that platform. That was weird. Like, I was above the platform and the game's like, nope, you're landing on it, you're not gliding. Oh god, I went too high! I forgot you could do that! So, the section above there, if you're not skipping it, is a section where wind blows you to the left. And I activated the wind. I went too high. I flew too close to the sun, everyone. That was too high as well. This is funny! Oh, God. Alright, let's actually try to get past this section now. It'll be nice if you caught on there, Knuckles. Alright, this is a new place for it to go all spaghettified on me. There. See? You can do it, Knuckles. That was too high as well. Are you kidding me? That was a tap jump. Alright, I'm gonna do this the safe way then. It's a little bit slower, but it's safe. Instead, you go like that, and it's not much slower, but I didn't want to do it that way. So, Sonic can do a slope glitch kill, and Knuckles kinda can too, but you pretty much have to bring invincibility into the boss, because getting to a point where you can activate a spin dashing state as Knuckles is actually really stupidly hard, and not all that feasible, so I'm just fighting this boss normally. Had a very poor Cycle 1, but that happens when you mess up the when you go for the aggressive strat and then mess up the setup. There we go. I have all the continues. Not that I should need them. So, I only have 2 more boss fights. One of them is actually pretty difficult, but I shouldn't even die once, so we'll see what happens. But I'm pretty consistent at beating it as either Sonic or Knuckles. I've never gotten walled quite that bad by being slightly more aggressive and Wing Fortress in that one spot. I might just go back to the safe strat when I do PB attempts, honestly. Because it's only like a second slower. So, the feet have hitboxes, the flames have hitboxes, the arms have hitboxes, and you gotta get 12 hits while dodging all of them. Trickier than it looks. That's good. And time is on fade out, so time.
GG.
Well, that was a run. I can't say it was a good one, but it was a run.
Underestimate.
Yeah.
2703, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, that is not up to my standards, but oh well.
Well, thank you so much for showing off either way. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
It would be weird not to have Sonic 2 in a marathon like this. Well, Knuckles 2, I guess.
Whenever I put the bid war, it always seems to be Knuckles that wins, but whatever.
I guess everyone's just kind of like, they're like, we see Sonic. It's time to give Knuckles his time to shine.
Yeah, like
as well as me, for the record. I'm like that too.
Most people run Sonic in this game. Knuckles is a slightly more difficult, less consistent category, as you saw there. There are like 4 or 5 other people besides me who can run it on a high level, so
when I eventually learn this game, I'm probably going to do Knuckles.
right on. Need more people running Knuckles. Really do.
Well, thank you so much for the run. Really appreciate it. And thank you all for watching Blast the Process 3. We'll be back in just a moment. Big John is next. I know everyone loves Big John in chat. And he'll be doing Sonic 3 and Knuckles, all emeralds glitchless.
Get your egg rolls.
Get ready for them egg rolls. See y'all in just a moment.